Is being sponsored by Stanlock Buick, Herbert's Jewelers, Pullman Motors, Gordon Auto Replacements, the Kenosha Youth Foundation, Nike Factory Outlet, and Vaganski's. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Reitler, and as always, I get to cover the sports first, as it were. And tonight we're covering the soccer. And Bradford Tremper, this is always a good matchup when it comes to any sport, and no exception tonight. With me tonight is the Tremper head coach. This is Jerry Tolbowski. Jerry, in your first year, things have gone real well for you.
Yeah, I'm pleased. We got hard work and looking forward to a tough game tonight.
Now, a lot of people out there are really getting on the soccer craze here in Kenosha. It's becoming real big, and any of your kids, per se, have come up through the programs?
Yeah, the majority of my kids have come up through either the soccer club here in Kenosha or the Castle Leagues. Yeah, we're really starting to feel the influx of those players now, the last 2 years.
Well, last year you were the Bradford head coach's assistant. This year you're the head coach, so you would really like to win this game.
Doubly, yeah, doubly. It's much important, very important for me to win tonight.
Jerry, thanks much. We'll turn this way and talk to Tony Fabiano. Tony, how's the team doing so far this year?
So far, pretty good. I mean, we lost our first game against the Bayview, but we have an old light color, you know. Right now, we should be ready for tonight's game.
The field conditions, I walked around them, don't seem to be too bad. Do you think it'll affect the play at all tonight?
No. As you got the regular shoes with a big spike, should be no problem.
And a lot of players don't wear the multi-cleated shoe. They wear longer shoes.
I'll make sure they wear it tonight.
So, Coach, good luck, and we'll be looking forward to it tonight.
Thank you.
Well, stay tuned with the action right after these words on Kenosha Cable 34. So, pay attention to tonight's PA announcer, and you'll get those introductions.
4-1 overall. Introducing sophomore, number 12, forward, Andy Adamson. Senior, number 2, midfielder, Joe Anderson. Junior, number 7, midfielder, Brian Campega. Senior, number 14, fullback, Dan Gower. Junior, number 11, at fullback, Roger Pollack. Sophomore, number 4, midfielder, Todd Long. Junior, number 15, midfielder, John Eckrell. Senior, number 9, fullback, Dan Larson. Freshman, number 8, fullback, Chad Ludwig. Senior, number 3, fullback, Tom Luck. Senior, number 20, midfielder, Andy Lee. Senior, number 18, midfielder, Rico Mendoza. Sophomore, number 6, forward, Chris Oglesby. Junior, number 17, midfielder, Steve Principe. Senior, number 19, fullback, John Reardon. Junior, number 16, forward, Craig Schmidt. Senior, number 13, at forward, Justin Schaubel. Junior, number 10, forward, Maurizio Silenzi. And senior, number 1, in the goal, Chris Wade. Also like to introduce volunteer coach Don Ludwig, assistant coach Scott Farnsworth, who will be your announcer this evening, and head coach for the Tremper Trojans, Jerry Tobalski. Now, the hosting team for tonight's game. 2-1 in the conference, 3-2 overall this season. The Bradford Red Devils. In the goal, senior, Chuck Sauer. Senior, number 1, John Boyle. Junior, number 4, Jeff Beneke. Senior, number 5, Dan Covelli. Senior, number 2, Kevin Metallo. Senior, number 9, Francisco Navarro. Navarro. Senior, number 19, Mauro Agostoli. Senior, number 8, Eric Sima. Junior, number 15, Vlatko Minic. Junior, number 3, John Nomowitz. Sophomore, number 13, Peter Lohlberger. Freshman, number 10, and leading scorer in the conference at this state. Freshman, number 7, Vasko Minic. Freshman, number 1, Eric Sorensen. Freshman, number 17, Jeff Laurent. Junior, number 18, Mark Schmidt. Junior, number 16, Brian Goodman. Sophomore, number 14, Kevin Metallo. Not able to play tonight, David Graham and Nick DeMore. Tonight's referees will be Mr. Dave Fossil and Mr. Bill Serino. These gentlemen will keep the official time on the field. For the audience's information, the stadium clock will be stopped at 2 minutes at the end of the half and at the end of the game. And official time will be kept by the referees on the field. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, the both teams here. Now with me here tonight, who is going to be taking, hopefully, a burden off my shoulders, is a man who knows this game fairly well. And he, 4 years with Marquette University. Last year he was the St. Joe's head coach, and that's Bill O'Toole. Bill, welcome.
Thank you, Larry. It's nice to be here.
Well, some of the things we can maybe look for here tonight. A lot of people may be tuning in and say, hey, soccer on cable. Well, we're more than happy to be here. This is one of those sports where it's becoming so very popular here, especially here in Kenosha with the Castle programs and such. We felt that maybe it was time that we traveled out to Anderson Park and caught this game. And like I said earlier, anytime you get these two teams together, Bradford and Tremper, in any kind of endeavor, it is always a good matchup. And last year was no exception. It was a very good game.
Well, that's right, Larry, and I think we'll have a very hard-fought contest here tonight. Both teams seem very excited and ready to play, and I think we're going to have a real good match.
Bill, let me ask you, I'm sure you played under all kinds of conditions. How will this field affect the play at all?
Well, Larry, from what I can tell, the field looks in very good condition. I don't think the field is going to be a major factor. The grass is a little wet, so the ball might skip around a little bit, and the players are going to have to get in front of it in order to settle it and control it a little bit more. That's about the only thing with this field tonight. There's not a lot of mud spots on this field. It's really an excellent facility here at Anderson Park.
Well, this is our first venture out. It's a cold, and it's getting to be a little bit chilly, and I imagine it'll start to drizzle anytime as we've had that weather here lately. So stay with us, and we're looking forward to it. I know I am. This is my first look at a lot of these kids, and this should be a good contest. Interesting note you heard in the lineups, Tony Fabiano, just a freshman, the leading scorer in the conference. Of course, his dad is the head coach for Bradford. So.
Yeah, that's right, Larry. Troy Fabiano, and Troy's having a real fine season this year.
Bill will fill you in on some of the finer points of this game. And I guess Bradford will go on the attack first. Now, one thing about this game is we were concerned about the middle of the field. Well, the middle of the field is chewed up from football, but they use the whole field, and that's a big difference.
Right, and you can see that ball skipping around a little bit out there now, Larry, because of that wet grass. And that's going to be a little bit of a concern for the keepers, the goalkeepers. They're going to have to be very careful and make sure that they don't let it get away from them.
A lot of play action there at midfield. We'll familiarize ourselves with the players as the game goes along. We don't want to talk over this too much. and pretty much let it play. As far as soccer, that's really what it is. It's a spectator's game, and that's why it's so popular all over the world. It's John Boyle on the breakaway there. Knocked and kicked out of bounds. Chad Ludwig.
Cleared out of bounds by Chad Ludwig for Tremper. Throw in Bradford.
Bradford will get the throw in. Of course, they play. They're running the clock at 40 minutes, but are they playing 45 tonight, Bill? I think they did. They play 40. Okay. I also corralled Jim Hawkins up here and chased him up here in the booth. He's a big soccer fan. Of course, his son is a good article earlier in the year on Jim in the Kenosha News.
Of course, both Jim and Robbie are starters for St. Joe's this year, and as they were last year now, Larry.
Bradford again will get the throw in. Hurried in quickly. It's Fabiano there, number 10 in the red striped shirt of Bradford. Both teams, I imagine, are a little bit tight here to start. They were out here a good hour before. You heard that? John Heckerol with the push at midfield. Ball cleared in.
Both teams, Larry, still trying to get their game going here. It's a lot of long balls so far.
You know, interesting about this sport, as far as the varsity level, you got freshmen, sophomores. There's no demeanor or class as far as this game goes. Talent is really measured in soccer. Bradford again will get the throw in. Referees for tonight, Bill Storino. He's the man just about coming in your picture there. There's Bill. Bill, relative rookie really as far as officiating goes. But he does a good job. Kicked out of bounds to Tremper.
Not a lot of control so far, Larry. It's been a lot of, like I said, long balls, and the passing game is yet to be established for either team.
Ball cleared out in front. Couldn't get a shot away. Tremper still in control. A goal. Well, Tremper's on the board first. Let's see who got that goal. Mauricio Salenzi is the man who's credited with that goal. 3:35 into this game. Tremper scores first.
Andy Adamson, I believe, had the assist there, Larry. And
I imagine this game, as far as it goes along, maybe get a little bit more physical. Of course, the soccer community around is, I want to say it's fairly tight. These kids probably know each other real well. I'm sure they play more than just here at their schools. I'm sure a lot of these boys have played against each other either with the Kenosha Soccer Club or with Castle or one of the youth organizations here in town. Andy Adamson. Tremper getting the...
Tremper's had the opportunities here in the first half. It's
one thing about soccer, too. You're very rarely going to see a blowout, per se. It's usually going to be tight. Kick just wide. And out of there. So Bradford will kick it out.
Tremper is on the attack, that's for sure.
Well, you saw their head coach, Jerry Tobowski. He coached here last year, and he wanted this. He said he would really like this win. Sauer with a good kick. Bill, what constitutes a push is just a mere block.
Well, I think you just saw it right there. The offensive player had his arms out and was trying to get better position on the ball and on the opposing player. So when his arms are out, he actually pushes the opponent. Tremper's passing the ball a lot better now. They seem to have settled down a little bit.
Some good action there. Of course, I know a lot of the guys were real excited that we were here, and a lot of them said that they planned on having their best game of the season.
This is a big rivalry between these two, Larry, these two schools, and I know the players all get up for this game.
Yeah, there is a box that extends on each side of the sidelines there. It's real tough to see. The ground crew was out here, and they actually had to paint this field twice because of the amount of rain we've had. Now, there's a foul there, and there's going to be a push called against Bradford. Mark Schmitz. Tremper now is showing some good ball movement. Goalie race for that one. And knocked out of bounds there. Right, Brian Campagna for Tremper. Of course, there was scheduled to be an old-timers game before this, and probably because of the conditions, they canceled it. And I was actually kind of looking forward to that. You were supposed to play in it, huh, Bill?
Right. I was looking forward to it too, Larry. I believe they just wanted to make sure that the field was in good condition for this game, and so I think they decided in the best interest they would cancel that.
Campagna with the throw-in. Well, I thought it was a good tackle, but the referee saw a difference. Storino making that call, and it'll come out to Bradford. Vlatko Minic will set it up over the wall. It's good. Vlatko Minic.
What a shot.
Boy, he hooked that ball right over that wall, just over the goalie's head, and
well,
now we got a tie score.
You couldn't ask for anything better than that, Larry. I tell you, that was a beautiful shot.
That was a tremendous shot. Well, we're all tied up one apiece. Bradford gets on the board, 29-40. Of course, the clock keeps on ticking. It doesn't stop for anything here. Outside of a major catastrophe or death, maybe. Huh? Of course, if you watch soccer on some of the networks around, you've really seen some guys get brutalized, and it just keeps right on running. Well, both teams starting to warm up now. It's a shot on goal, nothing there. I believe a foul was called
course, on that Bradford goal, Chuck Sauer set that up on an attack as he was on goal and tripped from behind or tackled from behind. And Minic, I believe, scored the goal on a free kick. And
Minic did. Right.
It was a beautiful shot. I correct that, Larry. It was Eric, was it?
Yeah,
Eric Sorensen who was tackled from behind there to set up the Bradford goal.
I believe Chuck Sauer's the goalie. Yeah, he is. There he is down there. Throwing for Tremper. And again, a whistle blowing. Know what the call is over there by the official. Tremper has a kick now. Brian Capagna lines it up. And now I got a play there in the middle. And a foul's going to be called this time on Tremper. See, the goalie handles the ball a lot. I guess didn't quite get all that one. They'll get it to the goalie down there, Chris Wade. Chris punts it out the other way.
Nice kick.
Staying a lot down in the Bradford end now. Nice clear out there. Good defensive play. Jeff Minic made that play. Well, that's a little different. Now they're going to call a foul on Tremper on the back. You heard it. Well, that was a little different kind of throw-in, Bill.
That's a flip throw, Larry, and it's popular today in high school here in the area.
Is that just for velocity? A little more distance on it?
Right, right. They try to get the ball as close to the center of the goal as they can on that kind of a throw. Here we may see another one here.
Well, you see he's lining up for the long run-in. Yeah, it's Principe Steve with the aerial attempt. Well, darned if it don't work. I'm telling you, he gets that ball right in the middle of the field. He's throwing that ball at least 30 yards.
Bradford clears it out.
Well, they set it up and let go of it. Well, there's a handball there. John Horschel got part of the arm on it, so it goes to Bradford. Ball rolls out of bounds to Tremper. Yeah, first substitution of the night. It was Todd Hahn that entered the ball game. Ball's free. Finally knocked out of bounds by Hahn. Eric Sorensen trying to work it out in there. Covelli with the throw in.
Nice throw.
Shot on goal. Nice save by Wade. Kicks it out of bounds on a play there.
We'll have a corner kick here.
A lot of goals scored off corner kicks. There's that ball head. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Tremper. Well, Bill, while we got a moment, I think one of the reasons that, a lot of people are touching on the fact that soccer is becoming so popular, other than it's, you know, it's a tremendous sport to play, the cost involved isn't that great. It costs X amount of dollars to suit up a football team and whatever in the fall, but soccer, the cost incurred isn't that great.
Well, that's right, Larry, and the cost as well as the fact that a number of people can play the game and you're not limited necessarily by your size, I think has lent a lot to the popularity of the game.
Ball kicked deep into Tremper's end. Wade will come out there and get it. Set it up. Chris, good punter. Play pretty much settling down now. Both teams got the jitters out, and they're trying to find their way. Kicking to Wade.
And Bradford's using that long ball to attack down the wings, and they've been rather successful in getting it to Sorensen out on the wing over here at number 1. I think we're going to see that continue.
There you go. Sorensen didn't get on the break that time, and that's what he's telling his coach.
It was a little too far that time.
Nice defensive play. Heckroll, that's how you pronounce John's last name. Sorensen again with a corner kick. Wade punches it out of there nice. And now a call by the official. All comes back to Tremper. Wade again, good distance on the punt. Well, kept in the air. Nice pass there by Sorensen. And kicked out of bounds to Tremper. Just about the halfway point here in the first half. Tied up 1 apiece. Tremper got on the board first. Bradford's fought back to tie it up. Now the play's starting to heat up a little bit. And now Bill Storino wants to call official timeout, check over a player. Well, you got heads flying. And they're eventually going to meet sooner or later. So Sauer will get the ball, the goalie for Bradford. And he'll punt. Bradford will get a free kick now, about halfway. Sorensen. Oh, he had a man there. Didn't see him coming. Offside against Bradford. Well, Bill, while you have a chance, came up first. Offside. Explain that a little bit.
Offsides is one of the infractions in soccer that's least understood, and it's more difficult.
Most controversial
concept and very controversial. But essentially what happens when an offensive player gets in front of the ball and behind the defenders, and he'll get a call.
So you generally have to have a defender between you and the goalie.
Right. Or you have the ball.
Okay. Well, play getting a little bit rougher here. You can agree with that, Jim, or do you have a different explanation of that call?
I'll let Jim. Jim would like to add a. That's a good analogy, Jim, like the blue line in hockey. For all the hockey fans here in Wisconsin.
Minic took that kick and was blocked. And now substitution, so we'll take a quick break here on Kenosha Cable 34. Of course, we're familiarizing ourselves with the play and the players along with you. Hope you're enjoying the action. Of course, here at Jones Intercable, our sports staff try to get together some of the sports in the fall, and we did not want to neglect the soccer people out there, as you are many. Of course, I've got a lot of calls from soccer people on the Kenosha Sports Talk, and I appreciate those people. So we ventured out to Anderson Stadium, and so far we've got a good game going. Adamson there to clear. Hack roll, a little roll out of bounds. And go to Bradford. Oh, they're giving it to Tremper now. It is Bradford's ball. Well, I'm not catching on already. And they're going to call that a high kick. Now that's, I believe, can't raise the foot above the waist.
Dangerous play, Larry. But
on this level, they disallow it, but
a little bit of confusion there on the.
I'll tell you, the soccer fans are faithful. It is a chilly night out here, and there's a decent crowd for the conditions that are here. Rain threatening. Of course, you can see by all over the world that the amount of attention soccer gets. And it's still in its infancy in the United States. I'll tell you what, though, these kids are tremendous athletes. Minic wanted a call there, and still complaining to the official, didn't get anything. Navarro kicks it up. Minic, acrobatic, back towards the other end of the field. There's Navarro now, he'll try a shot, and Wade right there to make the save. Minic's long pass out of bounds over there, trying to hit Mark Schmitz.
The two 15s, Minic and Heckrell, doing battle out there tonight.
Campagna chases it down, ball still in Bradford control. Good movement out there. Shot on Wade right there to cut off the angle. And now a foul's going to be called on Steve Principe. Be free kick for Bradford, taken over there by Dan Covelli. He slips and falls and kicked out of bounds by John Hackroll. Well, he's all over the place there, first half. Throw in towards the middle of the goal. Popped up and Wade there to chase it down. Boy, Wade, a tremendous punter. He really gets a foot in that ball. On the run now. Kick back to Wade.
Bradford's fullback not taking any chances on that. He's going to clear it out long. Nice save.
Chuck Sauer got it out there. And he'll have to chase that ball down. Corner kick to Tremper. You'll see him stack it up near the goal there.
taken by Brian Kempegna.
You see right down there by the goal, Hackroll, he's shaking hands with Sauer down there. Knocked out of there by Sauer. He just got a hand on it. Boy, Sauer timed that perfectly and got a hand on that and knocked it away.
Bradford cleared that ball out of there. Of course, it's anytime it's near the area or in the area, it's dangerous, and Bradford wisely cleared it out of there.
There you see that throw-in. Heading it down the field. Principe will throw the ball in for Tremper. Now he's getting running a start. Let's see if Steve tries to. He does. Boy, and Steve does it well. Ball's free in the middle of the field.
Well, he pushed it out a little too far.
Of course, Troy Fabiano, the leading scorer in the conference as to date, and just a freshman. Ball still free, cleared out of there by Minic. Ball still free now. Fabiano fighting for it, clears it out there to Minic. Now, they're going to call that against Bradford. See referee Bill Storino. Going to be kicked out of there by number 8 for Trevor, Chad Ludwig. Navarro kicks it out of bounds. It goes into Tremper. Now you're going to see the throw in right in front of us. He's going to take it the short route this time. It's Principe. Now Principe is out for a substitution. Kicked in, Coro skipping out of there. Sauer made a good play. Now he jumps on it. Boy, you can tell the wet grass definitely affecting the ball on that one.
Right, you can see that ball slipping around out there, Larry. We know it's hard to handle.
Good kick up there, a little bit too long, and Wade will go out there to get it. Kick it away. Covelli with a good header. Of course, folks, you don't use the top of your head. You use the front part of your forehead. That's the hardest part of your head. Believe me, I know. Of course, it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't.
No, sometimes. Not always.
Catch one off the bridge of the nose once in a while, I imagine. Minic trying to handle it over there. Bradford players everywhere. One good clear. Minic, no call by the official. And now cleared out by Tremper. Good pressure that time by Bradford. Now Tremper on the break. Schmitz handling that ball over there. And it'll go back to Bradford. Metallo with the throw in. Free kick for Tremper. And Pagna lines it up.
Nice shot.
Scored! Beautiful goal that time by number 10, Maurizio Salenzo, and that's his second goal of the night.
Maurizio having a fine night tonight.
Just a junior forward. Tremendous kick. Boy, he just caught the corner of that goal. He kind of got Sauer leaning one way and put it back the other way. Bradford will, it's behind now. To Bradford.
Bradford throwing. Metallo.
Well, I'll tell you, if it was muddy out here, we would not know who was who out here.
Yeah, that's for sure. You wouldn't be able to read the numbers.
Sauer out there, kick. It's a dangerous play. And Lindsay almost had the hat trick there as he got a foot on the ball. And now it looks like Sauer's a little bit shaken up. So Lindsay, he's slow getting off the field. And Coach Jerry Tobalski will come out there and take a look at his star forward. Well, let's take a break as they set it up here and be back on Kenosha Cable 34. Well, welcome back. Tremper has the lead here, 2-1. And it's Tremper's ball to the near side.
Just at the 7-minute mark now, Larry.
Now they call that ball thrown in, not directly over the head, but on the side. So Fabiano trying to work it up the sideline. They're going to call a foul there on Todd Hahn. Well, they didn't. I thought they did.
He must have missed that one there, Larry.
Start playing official up here.
He didn't see it like we saw it.
Yeah. And now here's the call in front of the goal. Sauer again, sacrificing the body in front of the goal. Kicked out of bounds. Here you see
Covelli
Sauer putting in the yeoman's duty here tonight. Ball out front, Wade with a sliding grab. Gonna give that ball to Bradford.
Clock winding down.
We're near the end of the first half. Just 5 minutes remaining. Well, there again, and not an over-the-head throw in. It'll go to Bradford. Now substitutions for Tremper.
Tremper appears to be doing a lot more substituting tonight than Bradford.
And they're about, Bradford's looks like a little bit deeper on the bench, so we'll see if that plays a part here, especially in the second half, because with the emotions and the tension of this ball game, you know who you're playing. It does take a little bit out of you more. You try it that much harder. Of course, it is a conference game, too, and you don't like to lose conference games. Clear there by Hahn. Good defensive play. I had a chance to be by Bradford one day and watching them work out in the gym. And yikes, I'm glad I played basketball. And now players shaking up for Bradford. I believe that's Metallo. It is Metallo. He was shaken up a little bit earlier. And now Coach Fabiano gets him out of there and give him a seat. It's definitely not a non-contact sport, folks. Covelli tried to sneak that ball in. It's cleared. Shabo kicks it right on. Good speed that time by Justin. Justin, a senior member.
It's getting hard.
The Trojans.
It's a hill I'm walking up.
Bradford on the attack now. Minic trying to turn the corner. Backed up
Nice
move inside of the goal. A little bit too long. Nice centering.
Nice move by Minic down on the line, and he crossed the ball real nice.
Bodies everywhere. Call by official to go to Bradford. As Rodent was in on the middle of that. Bradford now get the free kick. Fabiano will set it up, take it. A little high.
Goal kick for Tremper.
I believe they're going to be stopping the clock at 2 minutes, and then the officials will be keeping the time on the field tonight.
The
Larry.
last 2 minutes. The reasoning behind that, I really don't know. The official's prerogative. Officials like to do things like that. Getting the ball played towards the middle of the field. Minic there, back to Fabiano. Slip now, go ahead. Sauer missed it, but tracked it down. Made about an 8-yard slide there to grab that ball just in time. Now we're at that 2-minute mark. So the officials will keep time on the field. So we will not know till then when this half is over. Tremper on top, 2-1. Salenzi with both goals for Tremper. Shot on goal, no good by Minic. Now they call a foul there on Covelli. Could be a free kick for Tremper. Kick on goal. This knocked out of there by Sauer. For Mendoza, long kick, but right on goal.
Nice kick. Tremper trying to hurry up here and get on the board again before the end of the half.
Hahn will try the corner kick. And Sauer with his hand ball missed. Now Bradford on the break, long pass to Minic. Ludwig with a good defensive play there. Both teams hurrying play here as they're near the end of the first half. It's been a pretty good first half so far. Bill, it's been pretty clean.
It's been a good half.
Taken by Kevin Metallo.
3 goals. It's a lot of scoring for a half, first half.
Double down there for Tremper. But go to Tremper. Hahn with the throw in. And now it goes back over to Bradford. Covelli will do the honors for the Red Devils. Sauer loses it, dives on it.
Well, it was a nice recovery, but again, the ball's getting away from him. It's a little wet.
Problems down there. Long kick. Ludwig down there for Tremper. And everybody up in the air, and I think they're going to call that on Minic and give it over to Tremper. Wade. Towering kick. It's got a man down there. Sauer tracks it down. And I believe now they're going to have a foul in the middle of the field and give that ball back over to Bradford. A little pushing and shoving away from the ball. It's Mendoza for Tremper. Middle of the field. Shot on goal, no good by Hahn.
Both teams playing very hard tonight.
Now substitution for Bradford. Eric Sorensen back into the ball game, along with number 9, Francisco Navarro. Again, Sorensen, good job there. And that is the half.
That's a half.
Signal by the official. Well, here's your first half of indoctrination here into soccer. It's Bradford Tremper style. Hope you're enjoying it. Stick around. We got one more half to go. And we'll take a break with the score. The Tremper Trojans 2, Bradford Red Devils 1. After this on Kenosha Cable 34. None other than Jim Hawkins. Jim, welcome.
Thank you. Nice
Pretty
to
good
be
game
here.
in the first half.
Great game. I'm enjoying it. I love to watch a game like this. Bradford and Tremper are always a good matchup. Very, very tough and a lot of competition.
And surprisingly, with the conditions as they are and wet ball, 3 goals scored in that first half.
Yeah, it's a typical Bradford Tremper kind of confrontation. It's going to be tough and it's going to be close.
Of course, Jim, your interests are split over there with both your boys being over with St. Joe's.
Well,
And,
that's
they're having a good year too.
well, they're trying. We're here because we like soccer, and a lot of these boys on each team, and my boys too, have been playing soccer together for years now. In fact, during the halftime there, I was mentioning that Coach Tony Fabiano down here several years ago, his son Troy and my son Robert and several of the other kids out here on the team won the under-10 state championship. So they've been playing together for quite a long time.
And of course, as in any sport, you
guys done?
soccer parents are critical of the program. You're the supportees of it.
Well, I hate to admit it, but probably the worst parents in the world are soccer parents, and I have to admit that I'm probably as bad as any of them, but it's sort of a little league complex, I guess. You try not to be, but sometimes you get caught up in the game.
You know, it's such growing with such popularity, and even the fields around the area. At first, they didn't really get the care and maintenance that maybe they should have, and now they're turning into some of the more grassy and really some of the excellent parks around.
Well, the Parks Department has been doing a real nice job in trying to provide good playing surfaces for all the teams. On any Sunday morning and afternoon, right on the other side of the bleachers here, you can come out and watch Kenosha Area Soccer League or Castle play their games. And well, maybe they're not playing here. No, they're playing out of Bullen School, excuse me.
Right.
They're playing out of Bullen School in Hillcrest. Here we go in the second half.
Of course, Tremper on top. Now Bradford will be going. Bradford will be defending the south end. Tremper into the north. Of course, your officials again for tonight: Bill Storino and Dave Sapolza. Sapaza, that's what it is. Tremper on the attack. Schmidt down there, rolls out of bounds. Metallo there on the defense. Of course, one of the other Metallo members of Bradford had to be taken off with a emergency vehicle. He's a little bit shaken up, and we wish him the best. Hope it's something serious.
Ankle bones or the frontal bone.
Cleared way down the field now, number 3 there to track it down. Tom Lux for Tremper. And now we're informed that it's just strictly precautionary measure for Mr. Metallo, so we hope he's all right. Like I said, this is not a non-contact sport by all means.
No, people misunderstand that, particularly parents when their children are first starting out in soccer, that they seem to think that it's non-contact, and as they get older and the children get bigger and quicker and more skills, there is an area and a spot for contact in this sport. Probably the goalies, as we've seen in the first half, can really get a beating and picked on pretty good, but the play in the middle of the field can be very rough and very tough too. And all of it legal, by the way. It's not necessarily dirty play.
Right. Chad Ludwig will tee up the free kick. Oops. Sauer way out of his goal.
Offsides.
And offside to Bradford. Boy, Sauer's taking some chances here tonight. Very good look at him. Senior goalie. Covelli tried to kick it away. And cleared up the field. Well, that's one thing strategy that I don't quite understand when they kick the ball out of bounds like that.
Well, they're trying to clear the ball so that the defense can get back and get in position and set up.
Dan Dower over there kicking that ball out of bounds.
It's really just a matter of buying some time.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting concept, soccer. It's not all just running up and down the field trying to kick the ball, and as maybe you've played in your gym class. There are some intricacies in this game that are you have to play it to understand them, really.
It takes a while to, if you're an American-born individual like myself and my family, it takes a while to really get the feeling of the game. It's so different than football or some of the other games, and some of the real leaders in developing the soccer program in Kenosha, of course, have been European-born. And so it takes longer for us who are geared to football and basketball and baseball to understand the game. But it's a thrilling game. It's a lot of fun to watch, and it certainly is never boring. There's always something going on and action going every minute.
And it's a little tough, even as you're watching it here on cable. We're isolating where the ball is, but there's so many things going on away from the ball. A lot of pushing, shoving, jockeying for position that you really can't see on the limited space of the TV screen.
Now, there was an example of a header that most people think they'll just let the ball come down and hit you in the head, but they actually direct that ball when their headers up.
Well, Navarro tried to make a run at it. Nice play over there by the defenseman there.
Okay, here we go, a corner kick.
And Sorensen, who really played a good first half, controlling the ball. He'll try that corner kick. They'll line up in front of the ball with Navarro. Minic way up there, right in the hands of the goalie. Wade, he played it perfect. Vlatko Minic, that's the name you see around a lot. Good ball player.
Yeah, Vlatko Minic is one of the several ball players out here who've been on the all-county team for a year or two here in Kenosha.
Pushing is called on Tremper. Now the go-to Tremper was on Bradford. Lux was on it. Here's Salenzi now. We'll tee it up. Now he's got 2 goals on the evening.
Now changed.
Now they changed kickers on that. Straight on goal. Tried to run it in, but Sauer played it.
A lot of these boys played this summer with a team that Tom Leach put together and entered in a lot of tournaments. They played in Rockford, and they went to Cincinnati one weekend for a Coca-Cola tournament, and spent the summer, quite a bit of the summer, playing in a lot of tournaments, getting more experience and playing against better caliber teams. So it's interesting to see them split up now and play against each other, but that's pretty much the case in the whole area here.
And a lot of them, I'm sure, off the field are pretty good friends, but when you put the red stripes on and the blue, Tremper,
oh yes,
no love lost. It's every man for himself.
You never want to lose to your friends.
Minic will try the shot over the goal. Harry Stobie, the football coach, might be recruiting one of the soccer kickers out here. His kicker went down Saturday, so.
Roger Falick.
But Bradford's been plagued by some injuries this year.
Yeah, the soccer team started off on sort of a sad note with the Parkside preseason high school tournament. They lost Danny Covelli and Francisco Navarro in the tournament out there, so they had to start and wait a few weeks before they could get them back into action. And on the sidelines tonight, Nick Maury is hurt with a leg brace on, I noticed, and that takes a lot of their speed away. Nick was very quick down the sideline.
Minic with some tough moves down there on the base corner line there. Of course, I'd say most of the players out here wearing the shin pads, which is probably a wise idea.
Well, I'll tell you, for about 2 years in a row, the St. Joe's team lost one of their better players in the Parkside tournament because he wasn't wearing shin guards, and he had his leg broken 2 successive years by not wearing them. And I, as a parent, definitely encourage the kids to wear them. You don't like to see anybody get hurt permanently.
Ouch. And the play is pretty much going towards the middle of the field. Sorensen over there can't gain control. Nice defensive play over there. Get your number of that player. That's number 8, Chad Ludwig. Now, he's done a fine job on defense for Tremper all night.
And Chad's another 9th grader that's playing on a varsity level this year, just like Troy Fabiano on the Bradford team.
In this sport, you don't have to be big. It's just quickness and agility and a good set of feet. You know, as a parent watching my kids grow up now, and I'm sure my son Austin will eventually want to play football, but you know, I think as far as watching the soccer programs go and gaining confidence in them, you almost want to steer your kids towards playing the soccer first to build up their agility, their wind, their legs, their leg strength, because you see a lot of kids going down in their early ages with, especially football, as far as leg injuries.
Well, you don't see too many 200-pounders out here running around either. There is definitely a place for soccer and football, I think, in the fall sports schedule. This is a game that gives an opportunity to a lot of the smaller, quicker people who can't really compete with the big physical stature of some of the football linemen. And it's really, I don't believe it's hurt the football program too much, though a lot of coaches will argue about that. But I think it has really opened up the avenue for a lot of smaller, quicker people to be able to compete at a varsity level in high school.
Well, I tell you, folks, it is fun to watch. I was a little skeptical coming out just thinking, boy, soccer, how do you broadcast soccer? I think our camera crew is doing a splendid job, being directed down there by Scott Curdy, and it is fun to watch. It really is. The constant movement. Of course, I'm a big hockey fan, and I like the movement.
Well, the ball's easier to follow than the puck.
Yeah, most definitely. Play going back and forth now. Tremper deep into Bradford end. Ball way out in front. Let's see what the call is by the official. Boy, again, went right through the goalie's crease, and now foul's called on Tremper. Now it's against Bradford.
Got to give him 10 yards.
Kick right on the goal. It's in.
Oh, nice kick.
Boy, he squeaked it out at a tough angle. See who that is. We're trying to pick out the number.
John Hackroll.
Hackroll. Well, we said his name a few times tonight. Number 15. John Hackroll. Well, we said he's been all over the place tonight.
That's a
got
tough
himself
kick.
a goal. Boy, tough angle. Sauer pretty much had the goal shut off on that side, and he sneaked it in. And now the Tremper team is real fired up here as they have a 3-1 lead.
Who is it? Number 16?
Long shot there by Minic. Will roll out of play. There he is.
There's John Hackroll, number 15.
Sox didn't make it through the night. Kids playing extremely hard out here. A decent crowd really for both sides.
As you can see, most of the players don't share my feelings about shin guards.
Yeah. I was going to make mention of that.
Like I said, as a parent, that was my feeling, not as a player. I'm not a player. Principe's back in here.
Well,
we go
now
with the flip throw again.
we're informed at the half that on that Principe on this throw-in last year won the game, helped win the game with that throw-in. Off the goal. Off the crossbar. And Bradford will clear it out. Try to get some breathing room. Nice play there by Sorensen. Goes by Covelli. He'll try to track it down and kick back to Sauer. But that throw-in is spectacular to watch, to say the least. But it does serve a purpose. It's not all just show. Call there by the referee. Give the ball to Bradford, or Tremper. Offside called. And Tremper is the offensive player, got behind the defense without the ball. Well, I tell you, I think we got the best seat in the house, Jim, being high above like we are.
This is great watching soccer at this height. Normally it's a ground view, spectator sport, and it's nice in the fact that when you go watch the high school kids play, you can get right down on the sidelines and follow the game up and down the field. But this perspective up here is unusual. I'm really enjoying it.
Lux trying to clear it out of there for Tremper. Ball stolen. That's number 20 down here, and I don't have, well, there I have him. It's Andy Lewick. Minic will get it quickly to Sorensen, right out in front of the goal. Ball still free. Oh. Tremper clears. Ludwig
looked like a sure goal there, but they got it out.
Well, that ball was there for the asking and was cleared out of there beautifully by Ludwig.
A lot of goals are scored like that in that, as they call it, garbage goal in front of the mouth of the goal. And, well, it looks like
John Hackroll's shaking up down there.
As I look around the crowd, Larry, I see that there's more than just parents here enjoying this game. There's a whole lot of people here that have been instrumental in getting the soccer program going in Kenosha.
While they attend Mr. Hackroll, we'll take a quick break and be back on Kenosha Cable 34. Okay, he's limping a little bit. Boy, golden opportunity missed by Bradford there, as they're down by 2. 25-minute mark approaching here in the second half of action. 40-minute halves, and the last 2 minutes of this each half here, the referees are going to keep the time. Schmidt cleans it up. There's Ludwig. And Covelli for Bradford will have the throw in. Well, Jim, did you find yourself trying to learn the rules real quick, or did you learn them as they went along?
I'd rather not get into a discussion of the technical aspects of the game and the rules. No matter what I say, I get corrected at home, so I just let that go.
Okay.
I'll tell you, this is another aspect. As I was saying, there's another aspect of the soccer programs around Kenosha. In fact, that a lot of these young men you see out on the field here now are working as soccer officials on the weekends in the Castle League, that are working with the younger players as they come up. And it's good to see that the people that play the game are out there helping officiate it. In the very beginning, it was just a great many people that got a rule book and tried to do it by the rule book and not understanding the full complexity of it. So.
The spirit of the rules,
right.
You would call it.
So it's
Bradford now putting the pressure on, keeping that ball in Tremper end. Sema out in front, nothing there. Ball still free, cleared out by Tremper. Good defensive play by number 19. It's John Worden. And number 2 with the throw-in for Bradford, Tim Metallo. Ball knocked out towards the corner. Go to Bradford. So Bradford will get a throw-in from that spot. Metallo can't get any of it and goes over to Tremper. Simply fanned on the kick. Now substitutions for Tremper as they're very free with the subs tonight. Well, that's one thing you can't do if you're on the other side of the field. The substitution, you got to run all the way around. Pegged a long kick. Handled nicely by a Bradford defender. Still free. Schmidt clears it. Covelli will chase it down for Bradford. Out of bounds to Bradford. Well, they didn't stay out of bounds. Covelli picked it up, so ball goes over to Tremper. On with the throw in. Now foul called in the middle there. Offside is called, not a foul. So Bradford will get a free kick. Try to clear it out here, approaching the halfway part of the second half with Tremper in a commanding lead, 3-1. And you really don't expect Tremper to lay back here. I'm sure they'll go for every opportunity they can get.
These uniforms are starting to get a little muddier than they were earlier in the game, aren't they?
Fortunately, the rain has held off. That would really made a mess out of this. But the Parks Department, like we said during the football games, has to be commended for the job they have done on this field. It is just in outstanding shape for the amount of water that we've received. Out of bounds to Bradford. Metallo with a throw in. Sima can't control. It's still free. Out of bounds. Back to Bradford.
Bradford will have a throw in once again.
Well, I'll tell you, if you don't want to hustle, you cannot play this sport. Because you've got to get the ball, you've got to get it in and go. A little ragged out in front of the Tremper goal there. Still trying to clear it. Weak shot by Sima. Slipping in the mud now. There you can see the middle of that field arrow is just a little bit worn. It's one thing that didn't concern me coming out here, knowing that all the rain we had in this condition of this field, because soccer uses the whole field. They don't necessarily go from 40 to 40. The ball will go back to Wade. Chris, big goalie. He's a good-sized young man.
Well, I think it's terrific that Jones Intercables decided to cover soccer, particularly this game here, but any of the games that are played in the city. It's a growing sport, and there's a great many people that are deeply involved and have been for a lot of years, and they're very grateful. And I'm one of those people that thank you for it.
Sure. Yeah, it'll get a lot of play, a lot of use. Jim, thanks for being with me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry. It's been a pleasure. I hope I haven't confused anybody.
We'll bring Bill O'Toole back on the headset. Bill, you're sitting down here. You're really enjoying this. This is a good game.
This is a good game, Larry. It's kids are really playing hard, and it's a fun game to watch. A lot of action.
Yeah, it for sure doesn't get boring. I can't imagine any soccer game being boring unless both teams decided they just want to keep the ball away from each other. Foul going to Bradford. Metallo will take it. Nice try that time by number 8. That's Eric Sema. And now Tremper will turn it over. 18 minutes remaining here in the ball game, or match, if you will. And the ball will go back to Bradford. Substitutions now for Bradford. Good movement in that time, getting that close to that goal. That's number 18, Rico Mendoza for Tremper.
And that'll be a goal kick.
Bill, what are some of the toughest things actually to learn to do with your feet and trying to gain control of that ball? Is it what they call a dribble, or?
Well, the important thing to learn is to trap the ball, to be able to take the ball out of the air with your chest or on your foot and settle it down so that you can control it, that you can then turn around and pass or kick it or dribble. So you have to be able to trap the ball.
Minic now slow it up. Wait for people to clear to Sema. He loses control. And going back to Bradford.
We've seen a lot of pass work tonight on the part of Tremper, and I think that their midfield has been controlling the ball a little bit more than the Bradford team. The Bradford style of play tonight, it seems to be more on the long ball, and they're trying to push the ball down to their wingers, and in a lot of cases tonight, it's been just a little bit too long.
Way up there is Metallo, and they called Metallo over the back. Goes back to Bradford. What kind of conditioning will these players go through during the season?
Larry, before the season begins, these players will be doing a lot of running. They'll be working on a lot of the fundamentals, as I said earlier, the trapping and the dribbling skills that they have to develop and refine. But they'll be doing a lot of running so that they can build up their stamina to play in a game like tonight.
I have a hard time believing that as far as sports goes, there's anybody that is in better condition than these guys right out here.
Yeah, well, these guys will do a lot of running, as I said.
They're in fantastic shape. I'd have been passed out by now. Tremper's got a 3-on-2 break, and a little bit too long there.
He had a lot of time, and there was no one around him. He could have carried the ball a little further.
Dan Larson hurt it a little bit there. Out of bounds. There, you heard the call by the official.
Tremper should be looking to settle it down a little bit and control the ball and run the clock a little bit now, Larry.
Well, they have a big lead, 3-1. Minic trying to get it going here. He's tripped up near midfield by Hackroll, who is back in the ball game. That's good to see. John's shaking up a little bit earlier.
Hackroll and Minic have been doing battle all night. We've been seeing that.
Now, you don't necessarily play a man-to-man per se out here, do you?
Well, yes, in a lot of instances you do. Tonight we've seen Hackroll marking up pretty much on Minic, number 15. So a lot of times on defensive assignments you will go man for man.
You'll check off a good player with a good player.
You'll mark up. Generally, you'll mark up your center fullback with your center forward on the opposing team. The outside fullbacks on the outside wings.
Out of bounds. See who they give it to, Tremper or to Bradford. They're going to give it to Tremper. No, it won't. It'll be a corner kick for Bradford.
We've seen a lot of scoring here. This game's not over yet.
We're at 13-20. Minic up there, right into the hands of Chris Wade. So it'll be a goal kick. Of course, the soccer program where you're hailing from, Bill, over at Marquette, that's no slouch over there. They have an excellent program.
Marquette's got a fine team this year, and I always had the opportunity to see them play UW Parkside over Labor Day, and Marquette defeated Parkside in that game by the score of 3-0. They've got a fine program under Coach Jerry Panic in his about his third or fourth year now.
You know, a lot of these kids have, as far as soccer goes, with the growing popularity, even in the college ranks, they have an opportunity to gain scholarships in that sport. And,
oh, that's right.
Cool.
That's right. Marquette's team is almost entirely scholarship, and Parkside and UWM and Milwaukee are all have scholarship programs. So there's a lot of opportunities for youngsters today to gain a scholarship in soccer.
Metallo will tee it up on the goal line. Good kick. Dangerous move. Ludwig trying to clear it out of there. Schmidt's trying to keep it in for Bradford. Out in front for Minic. Goes between two defenders and then kicked away by Ludwig. Out of bounds to Bradford. Good defense over there by Tom Lux, number 3, for Tremper.
Tremper's defense, some young players on there, Chad Ludwig for one, and doing a fine job.
And Chad, just a freshman, he's done really an outstanding job on the defense. Sorensen can't control for Bradford, loses it over there in the end. Gains it back, centers it. Two people out in front. Ball tight and cleared that time again by Ludwig. Well, there we are, wave high. This is Bill O'Toole. We've been attacked all night by this fly up here. I'm going to get a gun and blow his head off in a minute.
Chad Ludwig cleared that ball out of there and broke up the Bradford attack.
Adamson sets it up, shot, hit the crossbar and away.
Adamson all alone out there.
Goal kick for Bradford.
And just a little high.
There you see the faithful soccer crowd over on the Bradford side.
Nice crowd out here tonight. We encourage all Kenoshians to get out and take in a soccer game or two. A lot of our local coaches and soccer supporters out here tonight. John Bakwinski, of course, former coach over at Carthage College and at Bradford, on hand.
Right ahead now, Minic, good pass in the middle. Still free, Fabiano shoots it on goal. Wade there to make the save, knock it away. A corner kick for Bradford.
Nice shot, nice save. Bradford back on the attack.
Well, so far tonight, Tremper has held the conference leading scorer in Troy Fabiano in check. And Wade will clear it out.
We can see a lot of the youngsters coming on strong here in Kenosha. Young men like Troy Fabiano and Chad Ludwig for Tremper. Doing a fine job tonight, both of them.
Ball kicked out of bounds. They go back to Bradford. Tremper just now trying to eat up some of that clock as we approach 9 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Covelli plays ball into Francisco Navarro.
Ball cleared but not out. And Minic waiting for that ball. And again, Tremper's defense doing a good job. They're gaining control and keeping that ball away from the Bradford attackers.
Andy Leak for Tremper.
Ball kicked down and Sorensen trying to center it. He does to Fabiano. And good defensive play by Hackroll.
We've seen in the last 10 minutes or so about 3 or 4 opportunities that Bradford's had here and just can't put the ball in the net.
Boy, they missed a great opportunity at the beginning of the half with that ball rolling free and just couldn't get a foot on it. Came away empty.
Covelli thinking of throwing once more.
Out of bounds to Bradford.
Pressure on.
There's the score, 3-1. Tremper scoring 2 goals in the first half and 1 quick one here in the second.
Minic put some nice moves on, but he couldn't find somebody to help him out.
Metallo with a header. Keeping that ball in the air now. Call is by the official, offside against Tremper. Man sneaking behind the defense.
Bradford's going to need to put one in here to get back in this game.
Well, with the clock ticking like it does and does not stop, the defense can really do a job, so you've got to score quick and then hold on. Sauer digs it in, quickly gets it down the field. Minic there to take it.
Tremper should be looking to get a hold of the ball and just control it. Slow the play down.
Shot on goal, not much on it. Wade played it easily. Covelli digging it out of there. And all the way back to Sauer. Good punt that time by Sauer. Got Sorensen's on the run. Covelli now will try to set it up to Sema. And good defense again. Knocked out of bounds over there. Well, by John Hackroll.
Hackroll having a fine game tonight.
He's collected a goal here in the second half. Kind of the many nice plays he's made, keeping that ball alive. Push now. It'll go to Tremper. And they'll get a kick right out in front of the goal. Brian
Bradford's going to be setting up in front of the ball.
Brian Campagna sets it up, and that ball's wide to the left.
They have to be 10 yards back off the ball.
Yeah. Campagna didn't get much on that one. Hooked it. It's amazing to me, even at this level, the amount of English they can get on that ball. You saw it earlier, Bradford's goal when Minic he just spun that ball right around the goalie.
Right.
That ball wide, Sauer didn't get a piece of it, and it'll go over to Bradford. Substitution now for Bradford, number 21 coming into the game.
John Boyle in the game.
Right. 5 minutes remaining in this half. And in the game. Tremper on the attack. Schmidt with a kick. A little long.
Just a little too deep on that cross.
Justin Sauer made a good effort trying to get it over there. Schabel. Again, Tremper on the offensive. Bradford trying to get the ball back, try to put a goal in. Third up to Fabiano, can't get around his defensive player. And now Minic will try the sideline. Shot deflected and kicked out of there by Wade. Well, a couple Minic brothers for the Bradford side. And Vasko and Vlatko. Craig Schmidt clears it out. On the run, Schaubel centers it. And play heating up in front of the Bradford goal. Foul is offside is the call. Is the defender back there? Actually, what happened there, Salencia fell down and didn't get up in time, and the play moved in front of him, and he was called for offside. Down there, Ludwig on the defense, clears it out of there. Boy, Chad showing a lot of poise for a freshman.
Chad had the option on that one of pushing it back to his keeper or going to the outside. He wisely chose going to the outside.
Minic loses it out in front of the goal, and they'll give that ball to Tremper. As we're 2.5 minutes remaining and time running out on Bradford. Tremper in the lead here, 3-1. See Tim Metallo trying to gather his thoughts. Well, Bradford now will get a corner kick. And an excellent opportunity to put some points on the board here. Kick it out to Sorensen. He centers it, nothing there. And it was tipped. Was it? No, they're going to give a goal kick on that. Well, it must be Bradford's ball. They're hustling for it. So there you have 2 minutes remaining. Now the clock will be kept by the official on the field.
It was a nice cross, but they just couldn't put it in.
Boy, their accuracy on those corner kicks is very good. For both teams. They are really showing their stuff here tonight. And I think this crowd, and I think you at home there who are watching, are going to be very, very impressed by the caliber of soccer these young men are playing.
We've seen that caliber improve over the last few years, Larry, as a young man coming up to now in high school, or have been playing more and more on the elementary level in clubs, soccer club and Castle, and it's really made a difference in the quality of the players we see today.
And I think that's so critical as far as any sport. The younger they start playing, the more interest grows, and their skills just become better and better.
And while they're young, they should concentrate on the fundamentals, as in any sport. Concentrate on that trapping and dribbling.
And by the time they get to this level, Wade has just been outstanding tonight. By the time they get to this level, their skills are pretty refined, and then they start to work on technique.
And you can get into a lot more of the strategy of the game. Some of the passing skills.
And there is a lot of strategy. I've been seeing it out here tonight as far as passing lanes and guys filling them and anticipating. And this man right here, Minic, got a goal early, and he has been pretty shut down here in the second half. He has not been able to move the ball at all.
Well, they've been marking Minic pretty tight tonight and have taken away some opportunities.
As is Troy Fabiano. He has not been around the play a whole lot tonight. Well, Tremper starting to sense victory here. As they've relaxed just a little bit, you can tell. And
well, it's been a good game. Neither team has ever let up. Bradford, although they've been down by 2 goals all half, they've never stopped coming at them. And with a little luck, they would have had a few goals. They just couldn't put the ball in the net.
Sauer right in on goal. And Beneke knocks it away. And the ball will go back to Tremper. Substitutions now wholesale for Tremper. And I believe that's the ball game. Have they signaled? It is. That's the match.
That's the ball game.
Exciting one it was, as Tremper the winner here, 3-1. We'll take a quick break and be back with the wrap-up right after this on Kenosha Cable 34. Here at Anderson Stadium tonight, sees the Tremper Trojans victorious over the Bradford Red Devils 3-1, and really was a very, very good contest. The players played hard. They never gave up as far as Bradford. They were down 2 goals and never quit, and really an interesting match. I enjoyed myself, Bill.
Yeah, it was a good match, and I congratulate both sides, and of course congratulate Tremper on a fine victory here tonight. Tremper seemed to control the ball a little more. Their passing was a little bit sharper, and I think their midfield a little stronger. Bradford seemed to have to resort to the long ball quite a bit tonight, and just off the mark. Of course, we saw in the second half a lot of opportunities for Bradford in front of the net, but they just couldn't put the ball in there, and that's made the difference. So,
goals tonight for Bradford. Their lone goal was scored by Vlatko Minic, and for Tremper, now I got to check it down here. John Hackroll had the lone goal in the second half, and 2 goals scored by Maurizio Salenzi for Tremper, and that's been the difference here. 3-1. Well, I guess they get involved. They got to take the net down and everything. This is truly a participation sport, I guess.
That's right, and it's a great sport, and it's one that we're seeing a lot of young people more and more getting involved in here in Kenosha. And we encourage all the young people to come out and watch a soccer game, watch a high school game. A lot of clubs, the Kenosha Soccer Club, the Castle, as well. A lot of good programs to be involved with here in Kenosha, Larry.
Yeah, we really do. We encourage it. This is my, other than watching on TV, you know, I think as far as anything goes, you got to see it live, folks. It is really exciting. It moves along, and it's nonstop, and the kids, they play hard. And if you think it's non-contact sport, come on out and see for yourself. There's just a tremendous amount of action. I really enjoyed myself. Bill, thanks for joining me. Bill O'Toole, I appreciate your commentary tonight. And
thank you, Larry.
Jim Hawkins, and continuing success, whatever you endeavor to do. Of course, you'll be out there playing once in a while too, I imagine.
Right. We have the old timers as well playing in Kenosha, and there's a league of the over 30 crowd, and we play in Racine and in Kenosha, so we're still active.
All right, fantastic. Well, tonight's game was brought to you by Stanlock Buick, Herbert's Jewelers, Pullman Motors, Gordon Auto Replacements, Kenosha Youth Foundation, Nike Factory Outlet, and Vaganski. So for all the crew here, who I'm sure enjoyed themselves, this is Larry Reitler for Bill O'Toole saying thanks for watching and good night.